Let's bring in our Channels Television sports correspondent in London, Austin Okonapan. Austin, it is great to see you. As always, it's been a while we've had you here on the program. You were quite close to Peter Rufai, famously called Dodo Mayana. I know you don't really want to go much into, your personal encounters with him, but what was it like for you learning that he had died and learning so suddenly on social media that he was no longer with us?
Marachi, good to see you again. Good to be on the show. It was devastating. I was so broken. And right away, I went to WhatsApp and I sent him a message. I call him the Rock Dodo, and he will reply, Mayana Dodo Austin. And I said, hi, Dodo. And I said, can I speak to a family member? Because it was so difficult for me to take. The last time he chatted me up was in March. He said, Happy New Month. And I said, Dodo Mayana. And it was red, but I got no reply, And I've been wanting to speak to him because the last picture I saw of him on social media, he had lost so much weight. But, I didn't know how to put it. I didn't want to go personal. But I know he would have spoken to me. And so right now I feel so bad since yesterday that I should have just spoken to him, But I want to hold on to the memories, to the fun moments of Peter Rufai and we created magic at the grassroots. I supported his grassroots program. He did the same thing for me with the Channels International Kids Cup. I remember I'll call on him. I'll say, Austin, say no more. I will be there with you all the step of the way. He was so supportive, calm, gentle, and with someone with so much footballing details in Nigeria and the way he related with a younger me, tells you the kind of personality that is God's. We will miss him so much. Arguably on my list, Amarachi, this guy sits among the top 3 all-time best goalkeepers Nigeria has ever produced.
Yeah, and I think thanks to the Channel's sports team, I actually got to meet him one of those times he was here at Channel's Television for one or two interviews you had on your show. So it was really nice meeting him, very down-to-earth fellow. And as you mentioned, he was a big friend to the Channel's TV family for the sports desk, essentially. He was a huge part of the last Channel's Kids Cup competition here in Lagos. That perhaps gives us an insight into how involved he was with giving back, Austin, doesn't it?
That's right, and he loves it so, and he keeps telling me, Austin, keep the data. Austin, make sure we monitor the stars. This picture was in 2017, and he came to me and he said, go and tell the chairman that he wouldn't be able to score me in a penalty shootout. So I went to the chairman, and I said, Dodo Mayana is putting you up for a challenge, and he said, really? And the chairman said, go and tell him I dribbled Adokie Amesimaka one time, And Adokie is a legend of football in Nigeria. I was part of the first team, the team that won the AFCON in 1980. So I went to tell Dodo Mayana, my chairman said he's going to score you, that he dribbled Adokie back in the day. It was all fun. The kids loved it. Spectators liked it. The chairman stepped up to the spot. The first one, I think he didn't score. And, Peter Rufai in his bubbling self and all, goalkeepers, they have these gimmicks that if they want to intimidate you, they will take the ball to you. Then they will tell you to touch it. You see, that's what he was doing there. He was trying to intimidate the chairman. He took the ball to the chairman. He said, touch it, touch it. And the chairman touched it, took the ball from him. And the chairman coolly, he did his thing. The chairman himself has got some skills, so he scored.
Yeah.
And when they were going back, Peter Rufai came to me and he said, Austin, don't show that part. Go and edit it out. And I said, I'm sorry. No. It is live on TV, So everyone, they've already seen it that the chairman of Channels TV, scored you in a penalty shoot. And it was all fun, And these are the moments we will live to remember, a legend of the game, coming out there, support the kids, inspire them, motivate them. And I remember this edition, he didn't just show up, he gave cash prizes, he gave gloves to the best goalkeeper, he encouraged the young talents, and these are the things we're talking about. He's left a sound legacy behind, and I hope we'll be able to preserve it as a country, Amarachi.
Indeed. It's just, really, it's incredible, people are here today, they're gone tomorrow, although we wish to see our chairman play football with us more often than we have seen. But Dodo Mayana, incredible man. And it's just such a coincidence, isn't it, Austin, that both he and Liverpool forward Diogo Jota were announced to have died on the same day. That's a huge loss for the world of football.
it was such a dark day, Amarachi. I woke up and I saw the story of Diego Jota and his brother, Andre, and I was like, what's going on? That is just 28. And so much has happened in his life, Amarachi, in the last 1 month. In May, he won the Premier League with Liverpool. In June, he won the UEFA Nations League with Portugal. 10 days ago, he married the love of his life. They have 3 kids together. Like he knew he was going to go. He had a long operation, and the doctors advised him not to fly. He would have flown to England and then go to Liverpool for preseason. So he had to drive to catch the ferry that would take him into England. And this happened, not just Diego, with his brother. And I was trying to process that. Like, this guy would have just defied doctor's order and just fly. And if there was a medical emergency, he would probably survive it. And then his brother won't die. And then he decides to, listen to the doctors, go on a road trip. And it's a Lamborghini, it's a power car, tried to overtake a car, and then the tire, blew out, and then veered off the road, and it exploded. Just imagine how they both suffered before they died. Like, it was so devastating. And I did not know that a legend of Nigerian football was already gone, because Peter Rufai left at 6 a.m. yesterday, but the family didn't announce it till about in the evening when news came out. And when I heard it, I was like, I was getting ready for sports tonight. I was like, gracious goodness, what's going on? But hey, it tells us, Amarachi, that we should live every day with purpose. Diego Jota, everything I've read about him, people love him. He did virtually everything he could do for his footballing career. And at just 28, he has so much details attached to his name, and the world is celebrating him. Same with Peter Rufai. So it just reminded me that we must make a difference every day of our lives, because tomorrow is not guaranteed, Amarachi.
It is not guaranteed, and life is so precious, Austin. And as we grieve the demise of these 2 remarkable gentlemen, what do you think they would have told fans during a time like this?
Well, Peter Rufai would have calmed us with a smile. I remember one day I was so worried about the Kids Cup. Things were slowed down with Superb, the Lagos State Football Association. And he said, Austin, stop. You are going to have a great Channels Kids Cup. You're going, now, there's a way it's so calm and it's so reassuring. He said, you're going to be just fine. I keep hearing his voice. I have never seen Peter Rufai in a troubled mood. Never. He just has those calm words that will keep you going. That's what he will say. He will tell us to breathe. He will tell us to take it one step at a time. He will remind us that tomorrow is another chance for us to win. And that's why he's got so much victories attached to his name, I don't know much about Diego Jota, but what I've heard people talk about him is that same guy too. The fans love him, he brings something special to the field of play. He's your modern day footballer, he's the super sub that a coach can look up to and say, oh, he can get into the game and turn things around. So he's a transformer, a reformer. So that kind of guy would have told us, look, this problem is here now. How can we turn it around? Now, they're both not here, Amarachi, but let's remember them for their virtues, for their values, for what they've given to humanities, and try to, extol those virtues. And as I said, particularly with Peter Rufai, because we've struggled with protecting the legacies of our legends in Nigeria. And we had it in the anthem that the labor of our heroes past shouldn't be in vain. So this should be another reawakening call to the Ministry of the National Sports Commission, everyone involved in sports administration in Nigeria. Let's find a way to immortalize Peter Rufai and keep his virtues, Amarachi.
Thank you for those words, Austin, and thank you again for joining us on The World Today. We appreciate your thoughts, and we do hope that you take care. Our thoughts and prayers are with Peter Rufai's family and all who knew him and loved him.
Thank you so much, Amarachi.